Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is a great day to be a gardener here in North Carolina, a Zone 8A. I'm telling you, as we wrap up May, it is just so much fun to be in the garden, and this week is going to be cooler, so it's going to be a great time to come out to the nursery and grab some plants. Of course, last week we got all of that rain, and then the temperatures went up, but this week it is going to be fabulous. So get out in your garden. If you have nothing to do in your garden, well, come see Creekside because we have got some gorgeous plants for you here at the Garden Center. Remember, we do these tours here at the Garden Center to show you what is growing, blooming, and thriving here at the Retail Garden Center in Dallas, North Carolina. So we're going to focus on some really fun plants that are going to be ready to go in your garden right now. Before we jump into it, for my sweet online people, because we do the garden tours for our folks that physically come to us here in Dallas, you online people, you have a little special headed your way this week as well. So we are going to begin doing some specials online. You do not need a discount code, a promo code. We're going to go have those plants already reduced for you, so you can just add them to your cart and we will send them out to you ASAP. So we've got some annuals and we have got a shrub on sale, 30% off online. So the Sensation Honeysuckle. Here we are wrapping up honeysuckle season in North Carolina, and I was absolutely blown away this year with how well my Sensation honeysuckles did on the privacy berm. They were stunning. They smelled divine. So Sensation is going to be a great addition to your garden because it's non-invasive, right? The honeysuckle that you find wild out in the woods, it can be a very pesky plant because it goes where you don't want it. Sensation brings you all of those great attributes of honeysuckle that we love. The blooms, the climbing habit on it, the fragrance. The pollinators love it, but it is non-invasive. It will, yes, it will grow and it will spread, but it does not send out all these crazy runners and attach it to things and take over your plants. So Sensation quart size online is 30% off. No promo code needed. Then annuals, we have got a nice little collection for you. You can either use these bodies individually because you like the plant, or you can take our recommendation and buy a couple of them and put them together to make either a container, the landscape, hanging basket, window box, whatever you want to do. So first, for your thriller, we have got the purple fountain grass. It is a classic. I always have purple fountain grass in my garden every year, so it is 30% off. We also have the angel wings. This is relatively new from Proven Winners. That beautiful silver foliage on it. Loves that gorgeous contrast between the angel wings and the purple fountain grass. That is 30% off. We have got the Selenia chocolate orange begonia. Y'all, this thing is a rock star. I love this plant. So this begonia is gorgeous. Nice dark foliage, bright orange flowers. That's going to be kind of like your filler in there. And for a spiller, we have got your Color Blaze Strawberry Drop Coleus. Great color on it is going to give you that great habit that trails over in your containers. Again, you can put these in the landscape if you want. You can put them in containers. All of those are 30% off. We'll have graphics for you. We'll give you everything you need to know. But again, no promo code needed. Beginning right this very second, you can go to the website and those will automatically be 30% off while supplies last. When they're gone, they are gone. So take advantage of that if you are my online people. Now for my garden center people, if you were coming to visit us, y'all, literally last weekend, we had people from, oh my gosh, where were we? They are all from. We had Knoxville, Tennessee. We had somebody who just moved here from Minnesota. They're in South Carolina now. We had folks, was it Pennsylvania? I mean, like literally like all over the place. So yes, you can be local, but also we have tons of people that come in from other states to come visit us. So as long as you can hold a plant on your lap, you can take it home with you. Speaking of, these are gorgeous. 'Tis the season for your perennial hibiscus, and they are beautiful. They are a great size. Of course, these are 3 gallons. This one right here, this is the Edge of Night, which is incredibly popular because it has that near black foliage with that really like neon fluorescent pink flower. This is going to be more of a gumdrop, so it's going to be that shorter rounded habit to it. We also have the very popular watermelon ruffles. So watermelon ruffles we tried out last year. This is from our friends at Walter's Gardens. It is stunning. This is a bestseller. Again, while supplies last, because when they're gone, they are gone. We'll have them again next year. But watermelon ruffles it still is a dark foliage, but it has that green in it. The color of the bloom is, as you can imagine, is a beautiful kind of watermelon red pink. And what's so great about watermelon ruffles is that bloom is very ruffled, hence the name, and the petals overlap each other. So it makes this massive display. All of these are going to be what we call those dinner plate blooms, nice and big. This has more of a columnar habit to it, like 4.5 by 4.5 size. As far as we also have cookies and cream, that currently sold out from this past weekend. We've got more in production. We'll bring them down. The cookies and cream, of course, is that black foliage with that pure white. So whether you want that, you want green with the pink flowers of like Candy Crush. We have got the All Eyes on Me, which is a nice soft pink. But basically all of your perennial hibiscus, they are perennials. Hardy in zones 4 to 9, I believe it is. Yes, and so they love the sun. So really the more sun you can give them, the better. They at least a minimum of 6 hours of sun. And if you have kind of a wet, damp, moist area, these will be perfect. They can actually be a bog plant. So the more water you give them, the happier they are, and the longer they put on their blooms. If they have consistent water, they will bloom all the way up to a hard freeze. So love these for sure. We've got the Lilac Crush. This is really popular, one of the newer introductions. You can see nice upright habit to it, pure green leaves with that really pretty lilac color bloom on it. Sometimes it even has like a blue hue to it. So we love these. All of these are available right now here at the garden center. Also, it is hydrangea season, where these arborescents are getting ready to explode in color. So this is the Incredible Blush. So it is that great, what we think of the Incredible, nice, strong, sturdy stems, but it is color specific. Incredible Blush, of course, gives you that nice blush pink color on it. So this is a nice one, roughly in that 4 to 5 foot tall and wide. And then right over here, I'm gonna have Jerry meet me over here. We have the Invincible Ruby. So she still is that smooth hydrangea. Both of these bloom on new wood, but she's just smaller. So she also has a little bit more intense color than the Incredible Blush does. So it truly is a beautiful ruby color. I have found, especially with the Invincibles, whether it's ruby, sublime, whatever it may be, that if you can give them that 6 hours of the morning sun, but give them a break in the afternoon, they really do better. I have my Incredibles in full all-day sun. We have an Incredible Blush in the Signature Garden. She's in full all-day sun and does really well. Just those Invincibles, they really, here in where we are, now if you're in a cooler zone, I'm sure you can absolutely leave them out in the full sun all day long, but those just need a little bit of a break in the afternoon. So I'd say from like 2 o'clock on, go ahead and give them some shade. All right, it is perennial go time. Like maybe you've already gotten all your annuals. Come get these perennials. So I'm gonna go on the back side, let Jerry stand on the front side, and we're gonna look at this. The Shasta daisies are in all of their glory. So here we have the classic Daisy May. And Daisy May is going to be that massive, beautiful, classic Shasta daisy, pure white petals with that nice yellow eye to it. You can see tons of blooms on them, tons. That first flush of flowers is just spectacular. These are going to be about 2 feet tall in the landscape, definitely full sun, hardy in zones 5 to 9, and you want your Shasta daisies to be kind of in that well-draining soil. They do not like wet feet, so you're not going to want to put a Shasta daisy with that summerific hibiscus in a wet area. Not going to go well. Then we have Banana Cream 2. So Banana Cream 2 starts out a really nice, soft yellow, right? So that nice banana color. As it ages, it will turn more of a white. So hence, on the same plant, you're gonna have a creamy yellow and a white, like a banana cream pie. Now this one is going to be right around the same size as your Daisy May, of course the same hardiness zone. If you want to have a little fun, a little funky flair, we've got two that are going to be perfect. First you have Marshmallow, and Marshmallow has that really doubled frilly edge to it. Going to be a little bit shorter than your Banana Cream 2 and your Daisy May, 18 to 20 inches tall on that, but just really fun. I mean, just really fat and fluffy. So we like that. And then next you have the Spun Silk. So the Spun Silk is going to have that really, on the tips of them, they've almost been like they've been cut. And so they have that really neat texture to it. These are going to be also in that 2-foot range. So if Shasta daisies do well, if you have that full sun, well draining, dare say on the dry side, then this is going to be really fun. You can put them in mass, and when I say mass, it could be 3 plants or it could be 30 plants. Just depends on your size of your landscape and what you want to do. But filling these in is going to make a great statement, especially from a distance, because your whites really show up from a distance. So this is absolutely beautiful. We also have Veronicas. They are in bloom, and I love that the Veronicas, we have 3 or 4 different varieties here. They bloom at different times. So again, if Veronicas do really well in your garden, lean into that. Get different cultivars and they bloom at different times and you get different colors. Your Veronicas are going to be a little bit shorter than, say, like your Shasta daisies, 14 to 16 inches tall. Very spiky, very slender spikes. It would kind of be similar to a salvia, except their habit is a lot tighter and a lot spikier, shall we say. They're going to be hardy in zones 4 to 8. So you've got the Ever After, which is the lighter. Then of course we've got the Pink Potion, which is lovely pink. You can see that these are huge pollinator magnets. And then we have the Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz was going to be your first one to bloom, so you can see how it's getting on the end of its bloom cycle, where the Ever After and the Pink Potion are just getting started. Also, Phlox and Monarda. I love these plants. These are such great plants. The bees love these plants as well. So Monarda's Bee Balm, great native perennial, huge pollinator attractor. The classic versions would get really big and they would get floppy and fall over. The newer cultivars are tighter, but you still get those massive blooms. Your pollinators love them, and they come in different shades of those pinks, those purples, those reds, you name it, got those. Also your Phlox. You have, this is the opening act, you have the Pinkadot, which is that light, almost that white, and then the opening act. And so these are going to be blooming right now. All of these plants are what they should be doing. So think about plants blooming this time of year. Here you go. We have got them. And then moving in, so that's the thing about with your perennials. If you have that perennial garden, is think about the succession of planting, because so many of our perennials do not bloom all summer long, right? They're opposite of our annuals. They have a season, maybe it's 4 to 6 weeks. So we want to think what blooms first, what blooms second, and move them on down the line. The penstemons right now are in a glorious view. I just saw a little honeybee crawl in one of the blooms and she completely disappeared. So this is that rose rhinestones. I have 5 of these planted together in the cottage garden. Dear heavens to Betsy. I planted them in the fall. They absolutely tripled over the winter. They're huge. They make this mass display and are stunning. So there you go. We are moving into Rudbeckia season, y'all. This is the brand new. So this is Treasure Trove, and they are just starting to crack open some color. So Treasure Trove is going to be different in the fact of it's going to be a very quick grower. It is going to be covered in your classic Rudbeckia flowers that are there are some that are blooming right here that Jerry can show you. They might be a little bit smaller maybe than the traditional ones, but they're going to be in mass. So you're going to get tons and tons of flowers. It's gonna be about 3 feet tall, hardy in zones 4 to 9. Of course, they love the sun. They love kind of those on that little bit on that drier side. So you've got those as well. The lavender. So if you we get people that travel, right? So if you want to have the Sweet Romance, if Sweet Romance does really well for you, then there you go. We have got these as well, along with the Phenomenal. Phenomenal does really well here in the South, but we also have those Sweet Romances for those folks maybe that are traveling. Of course, that classic lavender fragrance, the flowers, along with Nepidas. The one perennial that I would say that definitely is one of those that blooms all the time is Coreopsis. So once Coreopsis starts blooming in the season, it is a non-stop bloomer. Here we have, this is the Uptick Gold. Love Uptick Gold because it is so reliable for us here in the South. It does these gorgeous blooms all summer long, and really it stays about this height. So you can put it around your mailbox, you can put it in a container if you wanted to. It's not going to overtake anything. And trying to find, here it is, the tag. So they're going to be hardy in zones of 5 to 9, 14 inches tall. So love that, that these Coreopsis are those non-stop bloomers throughout the season. We also have people asking a ton about their echinaceas. We are going into echinacea season as well. So see how we kind of succession, full blooms, and then we're going into buds. So the echinaceas are full of buds. So whether you want a white, we have got the, was a white swan, I think it's called something like that. These are the Adobe oranges, gorgeous. Mine at the chicken coop has just started to bloom. Really intense orange flower on it. Then you have got the sombrero yellow. We have got, let's see, which ones? Oh yeah, the Price is White, that's what it was. So these have the white flowers on them. We've got reds, we have got more yellows, we've got the color-coded yellow, my darling. Lots of different options for you. Of course, your echinaceas love the full sun. Nice full sun, and again, well draining. They do really well on slopes. Because we have clay soil, you don't want them in an area where they just sit and are wet. So if you have a little bit of a hillside or a spot in your garden that's on the drier side, echinaceas are going to do really well. One of my favorite monardas is the Leading Lady Raspberry. And raspberry has that classic raspberry color to it, but it's nice and short, 10 to 14 inches. So they do really well in smaller confined areas in that nice height range. Of course, you got bumblebees all over them. With your monardas, if you have it in a damp area, then they will naturalize. They're not going to be invasive, they're not going to be crazy, but they will spread. And then you get this beautiful flower. They tend to be more critter resistant because they have that herbaceous, kind of that minty smell to their leaves, so that the animals tend to leave this alone. And then the Agastaches. People were asking, even this weekend, I had a sweet customer of ours, and she was on the phone with a friend, and she was like, Jenny, do you have the Agastache, the Queen Nectarine? And I was like, I sure do. So we have got Queen Nectarine, and then the Royal Raspberry. Royal Raspberry is going to bloom a little bit later than your Queen Nectarine. Completely different colors as far as the blooms, obviously, but also the foliage. So I love using these both in my garden. Again, big pollinator attractors. The Queen Nectarine is obviously going to have really pretty like peach nectarine flowers. The raspberry, there you go on that. These are going to be hardy in zones 5 to 9, and they go great with the lavenders, the echinaceas, the bee balm, the penstemons. All of those come really well together. Speaking of lavenders, here is your Phenomenal. Phenomenal is getting ready to bloom and be in all of her glory. These are great. You can just scoop them up and you can cut them. So for your flower arrangings, and dried flowers. We literally have a vase of Phenomenal lavender that's dried, that's been in our bedroom, I think, for like 2 years now, and she still looks great. So there you go. The salvias, it's the new Living Large. We've got those, love this, really big blooms on it. And then grasses. Definitely want to go ahead and add grasses. Typically your perennial grasses are heat lovers. We don't really want to add sometimes grasses maybe like in the late winter or midwinter. We want to do it growing into the growing season. So whether you want like lemon squeeze, it has that bright chartreuse, you want a patchy rose. I mean, like literally all these are kind of different grasses that are beautiful, bring texture and movement to your garden. You can have shorter ones or you can have taller ones. Again, I cannot say enough about perennial grasses in general. Love them so much. Of course, if you are still looking to do annuals in, the landscape, because heaven knows I'm still adding annuals in containers and different things. All of those are ready and available. If you are looking for those annuals, maybe that do really well in the heat, you're like, I do not need a diva. I need plants that can take care of themselves. Once I get them established after 2 weeks, I leave them alone. Caladiums are a great choice for you. Jerry was just showing you a couple of those. If you're in the South and you're not putting caladiums in your garden, you are missing out on the easiest plant and the showiest plant. I'm telling you, they are fantastic. You've got full sun, they can handle it. You've got full shade, they can handle it. Anything in between, they can handle it. So easy. Hanging baskets, containers, pots, hay racks, landscape, you name it, they can do it. Trust me, I have tried and I have had great success for years with these heart-to-heart caladiums. Another one that is an absolute favorite of mine, which I am happy to see that we don't have a ton of this available right now, and we have a good supply. But you know what I mean. The portulacas. The portulacas are amazing. So what's so fun is that one, their blooms open and close with the sun. These are going to be great if you want to make an easy hanging basket for a full sun. Here you go. If you want to have a ground cover that stays in a drier area, these are great. Window boxes, you name it. So it's the red, the fuchsia, the yellow. I think we might be out of mango. Mango is that new color for this year. So those are super easy. You've got, of course, the blew my mind of volvulus. Y'all, again, now these are true blue flowers. I had a customer this weekend and she wanted to do a red, white, and blue theme flower bed. And I showed her one thing that was called blue and she was like, that's not blue, that's purple. And I was like, I agree. So blew my mind of volvulus is a true blue, very drought tolerant, so easy, takes care of itself. Japanese beetles don't like it. Love this. Your sunflowers, I mean, just tons and tons of options. Other great options for you that are low maintenance, easy peasies. All right, y'all. We have a few of the tropical hibiscus from Proven Winners left. It's the Rico Suave, and this is a Heartthrob. And so look at all of these buds on this plant. I actually grabbed one, I think it was a Rico Suave that I grabbed. We're gonna put it in the backyard in a container. And once it got out from this greenhouse, because the greenhouse does have some UV protectant on it, and my gosh, it exploded in color. So if you're looking at these and you're like, but they're not really full of blooms, we're actually gonna get them out of the greenhouse and put them out in the direct sun, and they will instantly start blooming in about 2 days, because that's exactly what mine did in the backyard. These are great. They are tropical. They're not perennial hibiscus. They're gonna be for one season unless you bring them in. But the great thing is that they will get nice and big, like a 4x4 by the end of the season. And their blooms, unlike traditional tropical hibiscus, they don't last for 1 day, they can last for 3 days. So once they start blooming, my gosh, they just keep going. And then we have been so pleased with how y'all have responded this year to the SunPatiens. We actually, little disclosure here, full disclosure. We accidentally somehow ended up with a double order of SunPatiens this year. So we were like, what are we gonna do with all of these SunPatiens? Like literally the order was doubled. And so, you know what? The Lord provides, and y'all have loved them, and y'all have gobbled them up. Whether you want the purple, the white, the red, pinks, the tricolors with that beautiful foliage on it, a soft pink, the lilac, you name it. I'm telling you, again, one of the easiest annuals. If you love the look of maybe a petunia, but you're like, I just don't have time to kind of maintain the petunia, then I would recommend those SunPatiens because they absolutely can do full sun. The Japanese beetles don't like them. Budworms don't like them. They'll get nice and tall. They'll get height to them and covered in flowers all season long. We've used them in multiple areas of our garden this year, and because they're so incredibly easy and beautiful. All right, Jerry, what else am I missing? Oh, let's talk about this. I know we need to talk about. Our hummingbirds are here, y'all. They are here, they are happy, they are raring to go, and they are hungry. So if you want to support those sweet little friends or welcome them into our garden, your garden, then this is kind of the section for you. So this is like Hummingbird Central back here, and we have them come all the time here at the nursery. So you've got Vermillionaire. Vermillionaire is, I would say, people just call it the hummingbird plant because they come here, they love it. Not only do they love it, but your pollinators, your bees, we've got a bumblebee right now enjoying the nectar. So your Vermillionaire does great. Full sun, container, landscape, you name it, it does it. And then the rockin' salvias. So you've got like the unplugged pink, you've got blue suede shoes right here, you've got the new red, you've got playing the blues, you've got the unplugged white. All of these salvias are huge pollinator attractors and hummingbird attractors. They love coming to these plants. But there's so much. Of course, the full sun and then the shade. So in fact, I hear a hummingbird right now. She was squeaking. She was probably like, excuse me, can you go away so I can eat here at the plants? And so the shade, my gosh, come to the pines. If you have that shade, that filtered sun, maybe you've got lots of shade in the afternoon, this is where you're going to want to come. This is where all those beautiful shade perennials are, the camellias, the ferns, the hostas, the eucharas, the hydrangeas are all blooming, so are getting ready to bloom. So lots of fun in there for you. But basically, just come see us Wednesdays through Saturdays at 9 to 3. We would love to help you. If you have a space that needs some help or you have a container that needs some help, bring us some pictures. Take some pictures from all the different angles and then know your basic measurements. So like people will say, well, I have a big pot. And I'm like, okay, when you say big, what do you mean? Because big can be very subjective. So if you have a container, just kind of get an idea. Is it 14 inches? Is it 8 inches? Is it 36 inches? Like how big is it? Because that will help us determine what to put in there and how many to put in there so that you get the look that you want. Same thing with the landscape flower beds. Do those as well, and then kind of know your sun. How much morning sun, how much late afternoon? Keep that in mind because that really does matter in the garden. Online, got those annuals that are 30% off, and then of course that Sensation honeysuckle is 30% off as well. No promo code needed, just add it to your cart and it will automatically be reduced. That is while supplies last. So the early bird gets the worm, you go for it, have fun shopping. If you have found this video fun, informative, inspirational, please like and subscribe. And as always, we so appreciate you. Y'all have an amazing day and we'll see you in the next video. Bye friends.